Canada. A name that conjures images of immense, untamed wilderness, of landscapes sculpted by ice and time. It is a realm of staggering scale, stretching from the icy grip of the Arctic to the temperate rainforests of the Pacific coast. This is a land defined by its vastness, a dominion where nature still holds sway, dictating the rhythms of life across sprawling territories. Here, the sheer space is a character in itself, a silent, ever-present force that has shaped not only the geography but the very spirit of the nation. It is a country that invites exploration, promising discoveries at every turn, from the quiet solitude of a northern lake to the bustling heart of a modern metropolis. In this series we embark on a grand journey, a continental traverse to uncover some of the most captivating destinations this remarkable country has to offer. We will venture deep into the heart of its wild places, where mountains pierce the sky and ancient forests stand as silent witnesses to millennia of change. We will wander through cities that pulse with a vibrant multicultural energy, testaments to human ingenuity and resilience. Our exploration is not merely a catalogue of places, but an immersion into the very essence of Canada, a tapestry woven from threads of natural wonder, rich history, and diverse cultures, each contributing to a unique and compelling whole. From the thunderous roar of colossal waterfalls to the serene beauty of turquoise glacial lakes, we will witness the raw power and delicate artistry of the natural world. These are not simply points on a map, they are living, breathing ecosystems, each with its own story to tell. We will explore the intricate relationships between the land and the life it supports, from the smallest alpine wildflower to the majestic grizzly bear. Join us as we uncover 10 of the most captivating places to visit, each a jewel in the crown of this vast and extraordinary land, a testament to the enduring majesty of our planet. Our journey begins now, a pilgrimage to the heart of what makes Canada so profoundly special. We will delve into the stories etched into its landscapes, from the ancient rock of the Canadian Shield to the youthful, ever-changing coastlines. This is an invitation to look closer, to see beyond the postcard image, and to understand the forces, both natural and human, that have shaped this nation. Prepare to be astounded by the sheer diversity and breathtaking beauty that awaits as we begin our countdown of the top 10 places to visit in the great wide expanse of Canada. Our journey begins here, in the province of Alberta, cradled within the monumental embrace of the Canadian Rocky Mountains. This is Banff National Park, Canada's first and arguably most famous national park. Established in 1885, it was born from a desire to protect a natural hot spring, but it has since grown to become a global icon of mountain wilderness. The landscape is one of dramatic superlatives. Colossal peaks, their jagged summits cloaked in eternal snows, stand sentinel over valleys carved by the immense, slow-moving power of ancient glaciers. It is a world painted in bold strokes where the scale of nature serves as a profound reminder of our own small place within it. The very air here seems charged with a pristine energy, crisp and clean, carrying the scent of pine and damp earth. The silence is profound, broken only by the whisper of the wind through the lodgepole pines or the distant call of an eagle soaring on thermal updrafts. This is a sanctuary, not just for the abundant wildlife that roams its protected acres, but for the human spirit seeking solace and rejuvenation. To stand here is to feel a connection to something ancient and enduring, a world that existed long before us and will persist long after we are gone, a timeless cathedral of rock and ice. The most celebrated jewels of Banff are undoubtedly its lakes, bodies of water so vividly colored they seem to defy reality. Lake Louise and Moraine Lake are perhaps the most famous, their waters a breathtaking turquoise, a result of fine rock flour suspended in the meltwater from the surrounding glaciers. This glacial silt refracts the sunlight, creating an ethereal glow that changes with the light and the seasons. These lakes are the liquid heart of the park, reflecting the immense, stoic beauty of the peaks that cradle them, creating scenes of almost supernatural perfection that draw visitors from every corner of the globe. This remarkable landscape is a testament to the immense geological forces that have shaped our planet over millions of years. The towering mountains are the result of tectonic plates colliding, thrusting layers of sedimentary rock skyward in a slow, inexorable display of power. Then came the Age of Ice, when colossal glaciers scoured and sculpted the land, carving out the U-shaped valleys, hanging cirques and sharp arêtes that define the park's topography today. To walk through Banff is to walk through a living museum of geology, where every rock face and valley floor tells a story of immense pressure, upheaval, and the patient, artistic hand of erosion. Beyond the grand geological narrative, Banff is a thriving ecosystem, a complex web of life adapted to the challenges of a mountain environment. The park is a critical habitat for some of North America's most iconic wildlife. Mighty grizzly bears, the undisputed monarchs of this domain, roam the high alpine meadows in search of berries and roots, their presence a powerful symbol of true wilderness. Herds of majestic elk graze in the montane valleys, their bugling calls echoing through the crisp autumn air, a primal sound that speaks to the untamed spirit of this place. The careful management of this park ensures these creatures have the space they need to thrive. Look closer, and a more intricate world of fauna reveals itself. The sure-footed mountain goat and bighorn sheep navigate impossibly steep cliffs with an agility that is simply breathtaking, their coats providing camouflage against the rocky terrain. In the dense forests, elusive creatures like the lynx and the wolf pack hunt in the shadows, their survival dependent on the health of the entire ecosystem. Even the smaller inhabitants, from the industrious pika gathering its winter hay pile to the hoary marmot whistling its sharp warning call, play a vital role in the intricate balance of this high-altitude world. The flora of Banff is just as remarkable, a resilient tapestry of life that clings to existence from the valley floors to the highest rocky crags. In the summer, the alpine meadows explode into a riot of color, a short-lived but spectacular display of wildflowers, Indian paintbrush, glacier lilies and moss campion create a vibrant carpet against the backdrop of gray rock and white snow. Lower down, vast forests of lodgepole pine, Engelmann spruce and subalpine fir dominate the landscape, their tall spires reaching for the sun, providing shelter and sustenance for the park's myriad inhabitants. This delicate balance between flora, fauna, and the formidable environment is what makes Banff a truly living landscape. It is a place of constant change, governed by the cycles of the seasons. The brief, vibrant summer gives way to the golden hues of autumn, followed by the deep, silent slumber of winter, when a thick blanket of snow transforms the park into a monochromatic world of sublime beauty. It is this dynamic, ever-shifting character that defines the experience of Banff, a place that is never the same twice, always offering new wonders to those who take the time to look. We travel now from the silent majesty of the mountains to a place defined by sound and relentless motion. Straddling the border between Canada and the United States, we find one of the planet's most awe-inspiring natural spectacles, Niagara Falls. This is not a single cascade, but a collective of three magnificent waterfalls: the Horseshoe Falls, the American Falls, and the smaller Bridal Veil Falls. Together they form a breathtaking display of raw, untamed power, a place where the sheer volume and force of water is almost incomprehensible. The sound is the first thing that strikes you, a deep, resonant roar that permeates the air for miles around. The largest and most iconic of the trio is the Horseshoe Falls, located primarily on the Canadian side. Here, the mighty Niagara River, draining 4 of the 5 Great Lakes, plunges over a 188-foot precipice in a vast, curving arc. An astonishing volume of water, over 6 million cubic feet every minute, thunders over this brink, creating a spectacle of chaotic, churning white water. It is a display of nature's immense energy, a constant, unceasing performance that has been captivating onlookers for centuries. The force is palpable, a vibration you can feel in your chest, a testament to the ceaseless flow of one of the world's great freshwater systems. From the base of the falls, a colossal cloud of mist rises, a permanent weather system created by the sheer impact of water on rock. This mist, which the indigenous peoples aptly named the Thunder of Waters, can ascend hundreds of feet into the air, shrouding the surroundings in a perpetual veil of moisture. It sustains a unique microclimate in the Niagara Gorge, allowing for the growth of rare ferns and other plant life that thrive in the constant dampness. On sunny days, this ever-present spray catches the light, creating brilliant rainbows that arc across the chasm, adding a touch of ethereal beauty to the raw power below. To witness Niagara is to confront the relentless and formative power of water. These falls are geologically young, formed at the end of the last ice age, a mere 12,000 years ago, when retreating glaciers rerouted the Great Lakes through the newly formed Niagara Escarpment. The falls are not static. They are a dynamic, erosive force constantly sculpting the land. The hard dolostone caprock is progressively undercut, causing sections of the cliff face to collapse and the falls to retreat upstream. This slow, inexorable process, a geological march of about 1 foot per year, is a powerful reminder that even the most enduring landscapes are in a constant state of flux. The allure of Niagara Falls is not a recent phenomenon. For centuries it has been a site of spiritual significance for indigenous peoples, a place of immense power and reverence. With the arrival of European explorers, it quickly became a destination for travelers, artists, and adventurers, each seeking to capture or conquer its sublime beauty. It evolved into a symbol of the New World's natural grandeur, a must-see wonder that drew the curious and the brave. Daredevils sought fame by going over the falls in barrels, while tightrope walkers danced on wires strung across the gorge, all drawn to the magnetic pull of this extraordinary place. Today, Niagara Falls stands as a premier global tourist destination, a natural wonder that has been carefully integrated into a bustling urban environment. On the Canadian side, an entire city has grown around the spectacle, offering countless vantage points from which to view the Cascades. Observation towers, viewing platforms, and walkways line the gorge, all designed to provide the most dramatic and immersive experience possible. The famous Maid of the Mist and Hornblower boat tours venture into the churning basin of the Horseshoe Falls, allowing visitors to feel the full, drenching force of the spray and hear the thunderous roar up close. The power of the falls has been harnessed for more than just tourism. Since the late 19th century, the immense kinetic energy of the Niagara River has been converted into hydroelectricity, powering industries and lighting up cities across the region. A complex system of tunnels and generating stations diverts a significant portion of the river's flow before it reaches the falls, particularly at night. This engineering marvel represents a delicate balance, a partnership between humanity and nature, where one of the world's greatest natural wonders is also one of its most significant sources of clean, renewable energy. Yet, despite the crowds, the city lights, and the hum of the power stations, the falls retain their elemental power to inspire awe. When night descends, the Cascades are illuminated in a kaleidoscope of colors, transforming the natural spectacle into a man-made work of art. But even this cannot diminish the fundamental truth of Niagara. It remains a raw, powerful, and untamable force of nature. It is a place where one can stand on the precipice of a continent's worth of water and feel humbled by its sheer, magnificent, and unending power, a timeless wonder for all to behold. Here, on the westernmost edge of the Great Canadian landmass, lies a city unlike any other. This is Vancouver, a sprawling human habitat nestled between the formidable coast mountains and the vast, life-giving waters of the Pacific Ocean. It is a place of extraordinary contrasts, where the relentless energy of a modern metropolis pulses in harmony with the ancient rhythms of the natural world. The very air here seems to hum with a unique frequency, a blend of salty sea breezes and the crisp, clean scent of alpine forests. It is a testament to the enduring power of geography, a city shaped and defined by the monumental forces that surround it. The city's lifeblood flows from its deep connection to the water. The Burrard Inlet, a dramatic fjord carved by glaciers in a bygone age, slices deep into the urban landscape, creating a natural harbor that has been a nexus of trade and culture for millennia. From the towering container ships that glide silently towards the port, to the small, agile seaplanes that take to the air like dragonflies, the evidence of this maritime dependence is everywhere. The city breathes with the ebb and flow of the tide, its waterfront a constantly shifting mosaic of activity, a place where human endeavor and the wild Pacific meet in a dynamic and ever-changing dance. Look closer, and you see how the urban grid has adapted to this unique environment. Glass towers, like crystalline structures growing from the earth, reach for the sky, their surfaces reflecting the shifting moods of the clouds and the deep blue of the water. They are designed not to conquer the landscape, but to coexist with it, offering their inhabitants panoramic views of the natural spectacle that unfolds daily. Below, a network of seawalls and parks provides a vital corridor for both human and animal life, a place where residents can connect directly with the powerful elements that have shaped their home, a constant reminder of the wilderness that lies just beyond the city's edge. This proximity to untamed nature is the defining characteristic of life in Vancouver. It is a city where one can sail the ocean in the morning and by afternoon, be exploring the forested trails of a mountain slope. This dual existence fosters a deep appreciation for the environment, a collective understanding that the health of the city is intrinsically linked to the health of its surrounding ecosystems. The people here have learned to live on the threshold of wilderness, their daily lives interwoven with the cycles of rain, sun, and tide, creating a unique and vibrant urban ecosystem found nowhere else on Earth. At the very heart of this urban expanse lies a remarkable sanctuary, Stanley Park. Spanning over 1,000 acres, it is not a manicured garden but a genuine temperate rainforest, a remnant of the vast ancient forests that once blanketed this entire coastline. Here, colossal Douglas firs and western red cedars, some centuries old, form a dense canopy that filters the Pacific light, creating a serene cathedral-like atmosphere. It is a living museum, a green lung for the city that serves as a powerful symbol of nature's resilience, thriving in the midst of one of Canada's most populous urban centers. This urban forest is a complex and thriving ecosystem. Its dense undergrowth provides shelter and sustenance for a surprising diversity of wildlife. Raccoons, masters of adaptation, forage along the forest floor, their clever paws searching for any available morsel. High above, bald eagles nest in the tallest trees, their piercing calls echoing through the canopy as they survey their domain. The park's freshwater lagoons and shoreline also attract a wealth of bird life, from majestic great blue herons stalking fish in the shallows, to flocks of migratory waterfowl that use this space as a vital stopover on their long and arduous journeys. The park is also a place of immense cultural significance, a landscape sacred to the Coast Salish peoples who have inhabited this land for thousands of years. The collection of totem poles at Brockton Point stands as a powerful and vibrant testament to this enduring heritage. Each intricately carved pole tells a story, a lineage, a connection to the spiritual world and the natural environment. They are not merely art, they are historical documents, silent storytellers that speak of a deep and respectful relationship with the land, a wisdom that has been passed down through countless generations and continues to resonate here today. For the human inhabitants of Vancouver, the park is an essential escape, a place of recreation and quiet contemplation. The famous seawall that encircles its perimeter is a constant stream of activity, a path shared by cyclists, joggers, and walkers, all drawn to the stunning vistas of the ocean and mountains. It is a space where the boundaries between city and nature blur, where the structured pace of urban life gives way to the more organic rhythms of the wild. Here in this magnificent urban rainforest, the soul of Vancouver finds its truest and most profound expression. Journeying eastward, we arrive at a place where the North American continent seems to hold a piece of Europe in its heart. This is Old Quebec, the historic core of Quebec City, and the only fortified city north of Mexico whose walls still stand. These formidable stone ramparts, stretching for nearly 5 kilometers, are more than just a defensive structure. They are the guardians of a unique cultural identity, a physical boundary that separates the modern world from a remarkably preserved pocket of the past. To pass through one of its historic gates is to step across a threshold in time. Within these walls, the dominant feature is the Château Frontenac. It is not a true castle in the military sense, but a grand hotel built in the late 19th century by the Canadian Pacific Railway. Yet, with its soaring turrets, steep copper roofs, and commanding position atop Cape Diamond, it presides over the city like an ancient ancestral keep. It is a landmark visible from miles away, an icon of romanticism and grandeur that has come to define the skyline and the very identity of Quebec City. Its silhouette a promise of the historic charm that awaits exploration within the city's protective embrace. The city's strategic location, perched high on the cliffs overlooking a narrowing of the St. Lawrence River, was its reason for being. This was the key to the continent, the point from which the French Empire in the New World was established and controlled. The river, a vast artery flowing from the Great Lakes to the Atlantic, was the highway of its day, and he who controlled this promontory controlled the flow of trade, exploration, and power. The very stones of the fortification seemed to hum with the echoes of this strategic importance, a silent testament to the imperial ambitions and historic conflicts that were played out on this stage. Today, the ramparts serve a new purpose. They are no longer a barrier against invading armies but a promenade for visitors and residents alike. Walking along their stone pathways offers breathtaking panoramas of the sprawling city below, the mighty river, and the distant Laurentian mountains. From these heights one can truly appreciate the genius of its location. and understand how history and geography have conspired to create this unique urban jewel. The walls that once kept people out now invite them in, offering a unique perspective on a city that wears its history with pride and elegance. Descending from the heights of the upper town, one enters a world of intimate, human-scale beauty. This is the lower town, the oldest part of the city, nestled at the foot of the cliff. Here, a labyrinth of narrow, winding cobblestone streets invites exploration. Each twist and turn reveals a new vista, a hidden courtyard, a centuries-old stone facade adorned with colorful flower boxes, or a small inviting bistro spilling out onto the pavement. The air is filled with the murmur of French conversation and the tantalizing aromas of freshly baked bread and brewing coffee, a sensory immersion into a living history. The architecture here tells the story of New France. The steep-pitched roofs were designed to shed the heavy winter snows, while the small-paned windows were a practical response to the high cost of glass in the 17th and 18th centuries. The thick stone walls provided insulation against the harsh Canadian winters and a sense of enduring permanence. These are not museum pieces. They are homes, shops and galleries, buildings that have been continuously inhabited and adapted for over 400 years. Their very structure a chronicle of the lives and labors of the generations who have called this place home. At the heart of the lower town lies Place Royale, the very spot where Samuel de Champlain founded his settlement in 1608. This picturesque square, dominated by the historic Notre-Dame-des-Victoires Church, is the cradle of French civilization in North America. Standing here surrounded by meticulously restored merchants' houses, it is easy to imagine the bustling market life of centuries past, to hear the phantom sounds of wooden carts rattling over the cobblestones and the haggling of fur traders. It is a place of profound historical resonance, a tangible link to the very origins of the nation. Exploring these streets, one feels a palpable connection to the past. It is a city best discovered on foot, allowing for the slow absorption of detail, the intricate ironwork of a balcony, the worn stone of a doorstep, the faint lettering of an old shop sign. This is not a reconstruction of the past, but the past itself, carefully preserved and lovingly maintained. Old Quebec is a testament to the power of heritage, a reminder that a city's soul is found not just in its grand monuments, but in the quiet, enduring charm of its oldest and most storied corners. We now arrive in the economic heart of the nation, a city of relentless ambition and vertical growth. This is Toronto, Canada's largest urban center, a sprawling metropolis on the northwestern shore of Lake Ontario. Its most defining feature, piercing the sky like a colossal needle, is the CN Tower. For decades it was the tallest freestanding structure on Earth, a monumental feat of engineering and a bold declaration of the city's aspirations. It is more than a communications tower. It is a symbol, a beacon, a point of orientation in the vast urban landscape that spreads out from its base. To ascend the tower is to witness a profound transformation of perspective. The bustling city streets, the intricate network of highways, and the dense clusters of skyscrapers are reduced to a vast, complex model. From this vantage point, nearly half a kilometer above the ground, the sheer scale of the human endeavor below becomes breathtakingly clear. On a clear day, the view extends for over 100 kilometers across the shimmering expanse of Lake Ontario to the distant shores of the United States, a powerful reminder of the city's strategic position within the continent. The tower serves as a barometer for the city's mood. It is shrouded in mist on damp mornings, its peak disappearing into the low-lying clouds, creating an air of mystery. On crisp, clear winter days, it stands stark and sharp against the blue sky. At night it comes alive with a dynamic display of colored lights, its changing hues celebrating national holidays, supporting local sports teams, or marking significant global events. It is a silent communicator, a giant mood ring for the entire metropolitan area, reflecting the triumphs and commemorations of the millions who live in its shadow. From this great height, one can also observe the city's relationship with its geography. The grid of streets, a pattern of human order, is laid upon a landscape gently shaped by ancient glaciers. The deep ravines that cut through the city, green arteries of parkland, are visible, tracing the paths of forgotten rivers. And the vast freshwater sea of Lake Ontario dominates the southern horizon, its presence moderating the climate and providing a crucial resource for the sprawling population. The CN Tower, in its immense stature, offers a unique opportunity to read the story of Toronto, a tale of human ingenuity and natural forces entwined. Descending from the sterile heights of the tower, one plunges into the vibrant, chaotic, and wonderfully complex reality of Toronto's streets. This city's true character is not found in its concrete and glass, but in its people. It is one of the most multicultural cities on the planet, a place where hundreds of languages are spoken, and communities from every corner of the globe have put down roots. This diversity is not simply tolerated, it is the city's defining strength, the engine of its cultural and economic dynamism, creating a social fabric of unparalleled richness. This human mosaic is expressed most vividly in the city's distinct neighborhoods. A short journey on a streetcar can transport you across continents. One moment you are in the heart of Little Italy, surrounded by the sights and sounds of a Mediterranean piazza. The next, you are navigating the bustling markets of Chinatown, a vibrant explosion of color and commerce. From Greektown on the Danforth to Little India on Gerrard Street, each neighborhood offers a unique sensory experience, a chance to immerse oneself in a different culture without ever leaving the city limits. This constant interplay of cultures creates an environment of extraordinary culinary and artistic innovation. The city is a global food market where one can find authentic dishes from virtually any culinary tradition, often served side by side with daring new fusion creations. Its theaters, galleries, and music venues are stages for a constant dialogue between different artistic heritages, leading to new forms of expression that are uniquely Torontonian. The city's famous film festival, TIFF, is a perfect embodiment of this global spirit, a celebration of worldwide storytelling hosted in a city that is itself a story of the world. Beneath the iconic skyline, Toronto is a city of constant humming energy. It is a place of ambition, where newcomers arrive with dreams and add their own threads to the ever-evolving urban tapestry. It is a city of neighborhoods, of public parks filled with families, of street festivals that celebrate the changing seasons and the diverse traditions of its inhabitants. It is this human element, this dynamic and harmonious blend of cultures from around the world, that forms the true beating heart of Canada's largest and most cosmopolitan city. We journey now to the Atlantic coast, to an island cradled in the Gulf of St. Lawrence. This is Prince Edward Island, a crescent of land sculpted not by jagged peaks or roaring cataracts, but by the patient, persistent hand of the ocean. It is a gentler wilderness, a mosaic of pastoral landscapes and dramatic coastlines where the very soil seems to blush under the sun's gaze. The island's most striking feature is its vibrant red earth, a consequence of high iron oxide content. This rust-hued soil which stains the cliffs and sands creates a visual spectacle that is utterly unique in the Canadian tapestry, a warm and inviting palette against the cool blues of the surrounding sea. The shoreline here tells a story of constant slow-motion transformation. Over millennia, the soft sandstone cliffs have been relentlessly weathered by wind and water, surrendering their grains to the waves. The result is a coastline fringed with beaches of remarkable color, ranging from deep rusty red to a soft peachy orange. These are not the white sands of the tropics, but something far more elemental and deeply connected to the land itself. To walk along these shores is to tread upon the geological history of the island, each footprint a temporary mark on a surface that is perpetually being reshaped by the rhythm of the tides, a constant dialogue between land and sea. Life here is intimately tied to the cycles of the ocean. The maritime culture is not just a quaint historical footnote, it is the very heartbeat of the island. Small, colorful fishing villages, known as fishing shacks, dot the coastline, their harbors filled with boats that venture out into the rich fishing grounds of the Gulf. These communities have for generations depended on the bounty of the sea, lobster, mussels, and oysters, and their traditions have shaped the island's character. The scent of salt hangs heavy in the air, a constant reminder of the immense, life-giving body of water that defines this place and its people. The island's interior reveals a different, though equally captivating personality. Away from the dramatic cliffs and beaches, the landscape softens into a patchwork of rolling green hills and meticulously cultivated fields. This is the Garden of the Gulf, a name earned through its fertile soil and agricultural abundance. The gentle contours of the land, carved by ancient glaciers, create a serene and idyllic countryside that seems to stretch on forever. It is a landscape that invites quiet contemplation, a place where the pace of life slows, allowing one to appreciate the subtle beauty of a field of potatoes in bloom, or the quiet rustle of leaves in a gentle sea breeze. Beyond its natural beauty, this small island holds a disproportionately large place in the story of the nation itself. It was here, in Charlottetown, that the seeds of modern Canada were sown. In 1864, delegates gathered in the Grand Colonial Building of Province House, in what became known as the Charlottetown Conference. They came to discuss a maritime union, but left with a far grander vision, the creation of a new country, a confederation stretching from sea to sea. The island therefore is not merely a province, it is the very birthplace of Canada, a historical ground zero for the nation. This legacy is palpable as one walks the streets of Charlottetown. The city's historic core has been wonderfully preserved, its Victorian architecture and tree-lined avenues evoking a sense of stepping back in time. The harbor, once filled with the tall ships of delegates and merchants, remains a focal point of city life, a place of commerce and community. Here, the past is not confined to museums. It is woven into the fabric of the city, in the names of the streets, the facades of the buildings, and the enduring spirit of hospitality that welcomed the Fathers of Confederation and continues to welcome visitors today. The island's cultural landscape has also been famously shaped by a work of fiction. Lucy Maud Montgomery's novel, Anne of Green Gables, has transported the charm of Prince Edward Island to every corner of the globe. The vivid descriptions of the island's natural splendor, the Lake of Shining Waters, the Haunted Wood, the White Way of Delight, have become literary landmarks, drawing legions of admirers who seek to find the real-world inspirations for Anne's cherished world. This connection has created a unique cultural pilgrimage, a testament to the power of storytelling to transform a place into a destination of the heart. And so, Prince Edward Island presents a remarkable duality. It is a place of profound natural elegance, where red cliffs crumble into the sea and gentle hills roll under wide-open skies. At the same time, it is a cornerstone of Canadian history and a global icon of literary imagination. To visit here is to experience this unique synthesis of land, history, and art. It is to understand how a small island, through the richness of its soil and the significance of its story, can cast a very long and enduring shadow, capturing the imagination of a nation and the world. Further west, deep within the province of Alberta, lies a wilderness on an altogether different scale. This is Jasper National Park, the largest national park in the Canadian Rockies. It is a realm of untamed grandeur, a sprawling domain of soaring mountains, vast ice fields, and profound valleys. Where its southern neighbor Banff can feel manicured, Jasper retains a wilder, more rugged character. This is a place where nature's power is on full display, raw and unfiltered. The air is thinner here, the silence deeper, and the sense of solitude more complete. It is a sanctuary for those who seek to witness the earth in its most primal and majestic state. The park is a haven for some of North America's most iconic wildlife. Here, the great mammals of the mountains roam freely across immense territories. The formidable grizzly bear forages on alpine slopes, its presence a powerful symbol of true wilderness. Herds of elk graze in the meadows of the Athabasca Valley, their bugling calls echoing through the autumn air. Bighorn sheep navigate impossibly steep cliff faces with breathtaking agility, while elusive wolves and mountain lions hunt in the deep forests. To glimpse these creatures in their natural habitat is a profound privilege, a reminder that we are merely visitors in their ancient and enduring world. The landscape of Jasper is a testament to the immense power of ice. The Columbia Icefield, a remnant of the last ice age, straddles the park's southern boundary. This colossal sheet of ice, hundreds of meters thick, feeds 8 major glaciers, including the famous Athabasca Glacier. This river of ice flows slowly, inexorably down the valley, grinding and sculpting the very rock beneath it. To stand near its toe is to feel the chill of geologic time, to witness a force that has shaped entire continents. The meltwater from these glaciers gives birth to rivers and feeds the park's stunning lakes, their ethereal blue-green color a gift from the ice itself. Driving through Jasper is an experience in itself, particularly along the legendary Icefields Parkway. This scenic highway is more than just a road, it is a journey through the heart of the Rocky Mountains. Every turn reveals a new vista, each more breathtaking than the last. Waterfalls cascade down sheer rock walls, turquoise lakes reflect the jagged peaks with perfect clarity, and vast U-shaped valleys sweep towards the horizon. The scale is almost incomprehensible, dwarfing everything human-made and instilling a deep sense of awe. It is a slow, immersive drive, demanding frequent stops to simply stand and absorb the sheer magnificence of the surroundings. Within this rugged wilderness lie jewels of exceptional beauty, the lakes of Jasper. Maligne Lake, the largest in the park, is a masterpiece of mountain scenery. Its deep, cold waters stretch for over 20 kilometers, flanked by a phalanx of snow-capped peaks. At its far end lies one of the most photographed locations in the Canadian Rockies, Spirit Island. This tiny tree-covered islet, set against a backdrop of colossal mountains and glaciers, possesses an almost mystical quality. It is a place of profound tranquility and perfect composition, a natural cathedral that inspires reverence and wonder in all who make the pilgrimage by boat to see it. Not far from Maligne Lake lies its feeder canyon, a geological marvel carved over millennia. Maligne Canyon is a testament to the persistent, erosive power of water. Here, the Maligne River plunges into a narrow limestone gorge, in some places more than 50 meters deep but only a few meters wide. A network of bridges and trails allows visitors to peer down into the churning, swirling abyss below, where the water has sculpted the rock into smooth, otherworldly shapes. It is a dramatic and visceral display of nature's artistry, a place where one can feel the immense force of the river as it carves its path through ancient stone. The park is also home to the Miette Hot Springs, the hottest mineral springs in the Canadian Rockies. Here, water emerges from the earth at a scalding temperature before being cooled to a comfortable warmth for soaking. To sit in these pools, surrounded by the crisp mountain air and the stunning panorama of the Fiddle Valley, is a truly unique experience. It is a moment of peaceful communion with the geothermal forces that lie deep within the mountains, a soothing contrast to the ruggedness of the surrounding landscape. It offers a different kind of immersion in nature, one that is both relaxing and invigorating. Jasper's wonders are not confined to daylight hours. As a designated dark sky preserve, the park offers some of the most spectacular stargazing opportunities in the world. Far from the light pollution of major cities, the night sky here is revealed in all its glory. On a clear, moonless night, the Milky Way arches across the heavens like a river of diamonds, and constellations stand out with brilliant clarity. It is a humbling and awe-inspiring sight, connecting us to the vastness of the cosmos. In Jasper, the spectacle of nature continues long after the sun has set behind the mountain peaks. We leave the wild spaces of the West and travel to the heart of French Canada, to an island city on the St. Lawrence River. This is Montreal, a vibrant metropolis where the Old World and the New World meet in a dynamic and captivating fusion. It is a city defined by its duality, a place where English and French languages and cultures coexist, sometimes clashing, but more often blending to create a unique and sophisticated urban identity. This cultural tapestry is the city's greatest strength, infusing it with a creative energy and a cosmopolitan flair that is distinctly its own. It is a city that speaks with two voices and sings with one heart. The city's French heritage is most beautifully expressed in the historic district of Old Montreal. Here, narrow cobblestone streets wind between grand 17th and 18th century buildings, evoking the atmosphere of a European city. Horse-drawn carriages clatter over the stones and the majestic silhouette of the Notre Dame Basilica dominates the skyline. This is the original site of the city, founded as a Catholic mission named Ville Marie. To wander these streets is to walk through centuries of history, from the early days of the fur trade to the city's emergence as a major North American economic power. It is a living museum, where the past is not just preserved, but celebrated. Rising above the city is its namesake, Mount Royal. This gentle, three-peaked hill is the city's green lung, a vast park designed by Frederick Law Olmsted, the same landscape architect behind New York's Central Park. It is a beloved urban oasis for Montrealers, a place for recreation, relaxation and reflection throughout the seasons. From the Condiaronk Belvedere, a grand lookout at its summit, one is rewarded with a stunning panoramic view of the city's downtown skyline stretching out below, with the St. Lawrence River winding its way towards the horizon. The mountain provides a vital connection to nature, in the heart of the bustling city. Montreal's cultural life is famously effervescent, a year-round celebration of creativity and art. The city is renowned for its festivals, which transform the streets into vibrant stages for music, comedy, and performance. The Montreal International Jazz Festival is the largest of its kind in the world, drawing hundreds of thousands of fans and legendary musicians. Just for Laughs showcases the best in global comedy, while countless other events celebrate everything from film and circus arts to fireworks. This relentless calendar of celebration is a testament to the city's joie de vivre, its inherent belief in the importance of public art and communal joy. Montreal's architectural landscape is a fascinating journey through time and style. Beyond the historic stone of Old Montreal, the city showcases a rich diversity of design. The downtown core is a forest of modern skyscrapers, reflecting its status as a center of commerce and finance. Yet, nestled between these glass and steel towers are stunning examples of Art Deco, Brutalist and Victorian architecture. The city is also famous for its distinctive residential neighborhoods, characterized by their triplexes and duplexes with whimsical wrought iron spiral staircases on the exterior, a unique solution to maximizing living space that has become an iconic visual signature of the city. The city's artistic soul is also found in its many museums and galleries. The Montreal Museum of Fine Arts boasts an encyclopedic collection that spans from antiquity to contemporary works, housed in a complex of beautiful and interconnected pavilions. Pointe-à-Callieres, the city's Museum of Archaeology and History, is built directly on top of the actual birthplace of Montreal, allowing visitors to descend below street level and walk among the very foundations of the original settlement. These institutions are not just repositories of artifacts, they are vibrant centers of learning and culture that tell the story of the city and its place in the world. No exploration of Montreal would be complete without indulging in its celebrated culinary scene. The city is a paradise for food lovers, offering everything from classic French bistros and historic delis to innovative chef-driven restaurants. It is famous for its local specialties: the Montreal-style bagel, boiled in honey-sweetened water and baked in a wood-fired oven, smoked meat sandwiches piled high on rye bread, and poutine, a decadent dish of French fries and cheese curds smothered in gravy. This passion for food is central to the Montreal experience, an essential part of its art of living, or art de vivre. Below the surface, another city thrives. Montreal's underground city, or RISO, is one of the largest underground complexes in the world. This network of tunnels stretches for over 30 kilometers, connecting shopping malls, metro stations, universities, and hotels. It allows residents and visitors to navigate the city center in climate-controlled comfort, a practical and ingenious adaptation to the cold Canadian winters. But it is more than just a convenience. It is a city beneath the city, a bustling subterranean world that demonstrates Montreal's flair for innovative urban design and its ability to adapt and thrive in all seasons. Here, in the heart of British Columbia's Coast Mountains, lies a landscape sculpted by ice and time: Whistler, a name that has become synonymous with alpine grandeur and exhilarating adventure. The very air here seems to hum with a unique energy, a silent promise of the spectacle that awaits. For countless generations, these peaks have stood as silent sentinels, their granite faces weathered by the relentless passage of seasons, their slopes a blank canvas upon which nature paints its most dramatic scenes. It is a realm where the earth reaches for the sky, creating a breathtaking panorama of jagged ridges and forested valleys, a powerful testament to the planet's raw, untamed beauty. The twin giants, Whistler and Blackcomb Mountains, form the core of this magnificent domain. They rise from the valley floor with an imposing grace, their summits often shrouded in a delicate veil of mist, adding to their mystique. These are not merely mountains of rock and snow, they are living ecosystems, teeming with life and ancient stories. They are the pillars of a community built around a shared passion for the outdoors, a desire to connect with the wild heart of this land. To stand at their base and gaze upwards is to feel a sense of profound humility, a recognition of one's small place within a much grander, more powerful natural order. The winter months see a remarkable transformation. A deep, silent blanket of snow descends, smoothing the rugged contours of the land and turning the entire landscape into a pristine white wilderness. This is when Whistler truly comes alive, its world-renowned ski slopes beckoning to those who seek the thrill of gliding over powdered perfection. The sound of skis carving through fresh snow becomes the dominant rhythm of the valley, a symphony of human joy played out against a backdrop of silent snow-laden firs. It is a spectacle of both human skill and natural splendor, a dance between gravity and grace on some of the most celebrated terrain on Earth. Yet, to define Whistler solely by its winter coat would be to tell only half its story. The pursuit of adventure here is not confined to a single season. It is a year-round endeavor, a constant invitation to explore and to challenge oneself. The very essence of this place is one of perpetual motion, of embracing the changing moods of the mountains. From the first snowfall to the last melt, the spirit of Whistler endures, a beacon for those drawn to the high places of our world, seeking solace, excitement, and a profound connection to the natural environment that sustains us all. As the winter snows recede, they reveal a world reborn. The valley floor and lower slopes erupt in a vibrant tapestry of green, a stark and beautiful contrast to the lingering white on the highest peaks. This is the season of thaw and renewal, when the dormant life of the forest awakens. The air, once crisp with the bite of frost, now carries the sweet earthy scent of damp soil and blooming wildflowers. Mountain streams, once silenced by ice, now rush with the boisterous energy of snowmelt, their clear, cold waters carving new paths through the ancient landscape. It is a time of incredible vitality, a celebration of life's resilience in the face of the harsh mountain climate. The network of trails that crisscrosses these mountains becomes the new artery of exploration. Hikers and mountain bikers follow these paths, venturing deep into the alpine meadows and ancient forests. Each turn reveals a new vista, a hidden lake reflecting the sky like a polished mirror, a field of Indian paintbrush and lupine painting the ground in strokes of vivid color, or a glimpse of the valley far below. The silence of the forest is punctuated by the call of a Steller's jay or the distant whistle of a marmot, a reminder that this wilderness is a shared space, home to a rich diversity of creatures who have adapted to this demanding environment. The peak-to-peak gondola, a marvel of engineering, offers a unique perspective on this sprawling wilderness. Suspended high above the Fitzsimmons Valley, it provides an uninterrupted 360-degree view of this vast mountain kingdom. From this vantage point, one can truly appreciate the scale and complexity of the landscape, the immense glaciers clinging to the high cirques, the dense forests that cloak the lower slopes, and the intricate network of rivers and lakes that thread through the valleys. It is more than just a mode of transport, it is a journey through the sky, an opportunity to witness the world from the perspective of an eagle. And when the day's adventures are done, the village below offers a different kind of sanctuary. It is a place of warmth and camaraderie where stories are shared and muscles are rested. The community here is forged by a common love for the mountains, a shared respect for the power and beauty of the natural world that surrounds them. Whether it is the height of the ski season or the peak of summer, Whistler remains a place where the human spirit can connect with the wild, a destination that offers not just recreation but a genuine sense of rejuvenation and wonder in one of the planet's most spectacular alpine settings. Our journey now takes us to the eastern edge of the continent, to an island where the land meets the sea with dramatic finality. This is Cape Breton Island in Nova Scotia, a place of rugged coastlines, rolling highlands, and a cultural heartbeat that echoes across the Atlantic. Here, the story of the land is inseparable from the story of its people, a narrative woven from threads of Gaelic tradition and a deep, abiding connection to the sea. The island's character is defined by its edges, where formidable cliffs plunge into the cold, restless waters of the ocean, sculpted by millennia of wind and waves into breathtaking formations. At the heart of the Cape Breton experience is the Cabot Trail, a ribbon of asphalt that clings precariously to the island's northern coastline. This is not merely a road, it is a journey into the soul of the landscape. Each curve and climb reveals a new, more stunning vista than the last, a continuous unfolding of natural artistry. To travel this route is to be constantly humbled by the scale of the scenery, to feel the immense power of the ocean on one side and the ancient steadfast presence of the highlands on the other. It is a drive that demands one's full attention, not for its difficulty, but for the sheer overwhelming beauty that commands it. The highlands of Cape Breton rise from the coast like a sleeping giant, their rounded peaks covered in a dense boreal forest. This is the Cape Breton Highlands National Park, a protected wilderness that safeguards the island's unique ecosystem. Here, the landscape feels ancient and wild, a remnant of a time before roads and settlements. Moose wander through the damp, moss-covered forests, and bald eagles soar on thermal updrafts high above the canyons. The park is a sanctuary, a place where the natural rhythms of life continue undisturbed, offering a profound sense of peace and solitude to all who venture into its depths. The coastline itself is a gallery of geological wonders. Rocky headlands jut out into the sea, bearing the full force of the Atlantic's fury, while sheltered coves offer refuge, their pebble beaches smoothed by the endless tide. The air is thick with the scent of salt and spruce, a combination unique to these northern shores. In the small, colorful fishing villages that dot the coast, life moves at a different pace, dictated by the tides and the seasons. It is here that one can truly feel the island's maritime spirit, a testament to the resilience of a community that has long drawn its livelihood and its identity from the sea. The cultural landscape of Cape Breton is as rich and compelling as its natural one. This is a place where Celtic heritage is not a relic of the past, but a vibrant, living tradition. The legacy of the Scottish immigrants who settled these shores centuries ago is palpable in the music, the language, and the warm hospitality of the people. The sound of the fiddle is the island's unofficial anthem, a lively, soulful music that can be heard spilling from community halls, pubs, and kitchens. It is the soundtrack to life here, a joyful expression of a culture that has not only survived but thrived in this rugged corner of the world. This living history is celebrated in communities across the island. Places like the Gaelic College in St. Anne's are dedicated to the preservation and promotion of the language, music, and crafts of the Gaels. Here, one can learn the intricate steps of a Highland dance, the haunting melodies of an ancient Gaelic song, or the complex art of kilt making. These are not museum pieces. They are skills passed down through generations, a vital link to the past that continues to shape the island's identity. This dedication to cultural preservation gives Cape Breton a depth and authenticity that is truly rare. The dramatic cliffs and coastal paths offer endless opportunities for exploration on foot. Hiking trails lead to panoramic lookouts, secluded beaches, and historic lighthouses that stand as lonely sentinels against the sea. The Skyline Trail in particular offers one of the most iconic views in all of Canada. A boardwalk path leads to a sheer headland, offering a breathtaking bird's-eye perspective of the Cabot Trail, winding its way along the coast far below. It is a place to pause and absorb the immense scale of the landscape, to watch for whales in the Gulf of St. Lawrence, and to feel the powerful winds that sweep in from the open ocean. From the stirring music of a local keelid to the profound silence of a highland plateau, Cape Breton Island offers a journey that engages all the senses. It is a place where the raw beauty of the natural world is matched by the warmth and richness of its human culture. It represents a unique fusion of land, sea, and heritage, a testament to the enduring spirit of both the people and the place. A visit here is more than a simple tour of scenic vistas. It is an immersion in a story that is still being written, a story of resilience, tradition, and the timeless allure of the coast. Our journey through this vast and varied nation must for now come to a close. We have witnessed but a fraction of the wonders it holds, a mere glimpse into the soul of a land defined by its incredible diversity. From the dramatic coastal cliffs of Cape Breton Island, where Celtic traditions echo on the Atlantic breeze, to the soaring, snow-capped mountain peaks of the Rockies, a testament to the planet's raw geological power. Canada's landscapes are a study in contrasts, a magnificent mosaic of natural artistry painted on a continental scale, each region possessing its own unique character and charm. We have explored the vibrant, multicultural energy of its cities, where iconic skylines like Toronto's CN Tower pierce the clouds and historic cobblestone streets in Old Quebec whisper tales of a European past. These urban centers are hubs of human creativity and connection, yet they are never far from the wilderness that shapes the national identity. And we have found tranquility in its sprawling national parks, serene sanctuaries like Banff and Jasper, where turquoise lakes reflect the sky and wildlife roams freely through ancient forests, reminding us of the profound importance of preserving these wild spaces. Canada offers a unique and captivating blend of untamed natural beauty and rich, deeply rooted cultural charm. It is a place where one can stand in awe of the sheer force of Niagara Falls in the morning and be immersed in a world-class cultural festival in Montreal by night. This seamless interplay between the wild and the civilized, the ancient and the modern, is what makes a journey here so compelling. It is a nation that invites exploration, that rewards curiosity, and that leaves an indelible mark on all who take the time to discover its many treasures. The story of Canada is a grand narrative, written in its rivers, its mountains, its forests, and its cities. It is a story of immense spaces and intimate moments, of powerful natural forces and enduring human spirit. As our exploration ends, the invitation remains. For in a land this large and this full of wonder, there is always another path to follow, another horizon to chase, and another discovery waiting just over the next hill. The journey, for those willing to take it, is truly endless.